begin with another American life taken by terrorists.
That is the claim ISIS is making tonight, and they say they have the video to prove it. Dick Brennan is following this developing story from the newsroom for us. Dick, what is the Pentagon saying?
Well, Christine and Maurice, the U.S. is actually working to authenticate that tape, but it does appear that ISIS has made good on a threat to kill another American. In the meantime, the terrorists spoke directly to President Obama.
So just as your missiles continue to strike our people, our knife will continue to strike the necks of your people.
In another horrifying act of brutality, an American journalist is put to death, beheaded by an ISIS terrorist. 31-year-old Steven Sotloff, a freelancer for Time magazine, was believed executed despite a desperate plea from his mother to spare his life.
I ask you to please release my child.
The execution comes 2 weeks after another American, James Foley, was beheaded. Sotloff was threatened in that tape unless the U.S. stopped airstrikes on ISIS in Iraq. Sotloff disappeared in Syria in 2013. A spokesman for the family says it's grieving privately.
If the video is genuine, we are sickened by this brutal act taking the life of another innocent American citizen.
Right now, U.S. officials are carefully going over both videotapes in hopes of identifying the executioner, who in each case appears to speak with a British accent.
Well, the tape is pure propaganda. It's actually for recruiting other jihadists, recruiting people to come and work on ISIS for their cause. It's not anything for really American consumption.
President Obama heads to a NATO summit later this week, where he'll work to enlist more international support for pushing back ISIS in Iraq and possibly targeting the group's stronghold in Syria.
The world has to, and with the United States leading, has to make sure that ISIS isn't allowed to plot and plan attacks against our homeland.
In the latest tape, ISIS threatens still another captive, British citizen David Haynes.
ISIS has in their possession a large group of hostages, including an American woman who could possibly be beheaded in a similar tactic that James Foley was and this individual was as well.
Now, Republicans have criticized President Obama for saying he doesn't have a strategy for ISIS in Syria. In the meantime, the State Department says the president will have a firm response for the latest incident. In the newsroom, Dick Brennan, CBS 2 News.
All right, Dick, thank you. And of course, we will continue to watch for new developments on this story. Also, tune in to the CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley coming up at 6:30 for any new information.